so we are super nerds. It is summer solstice here in Anchorage, Alaska, June 21st, longest day of the year. It is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, and Sherri and I are freaking addicted to this new Harry Potter augmented reality game. It's just like Pokemon Go, except with a Harry Potter theme.
But way cooler.
But it is way cooler. We walked to the church right up the street from our house to try to battle some foes. Yeah, we're huge nerds. Sherri, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, good job.
But I can't look at the camera right now.
Okay. So we are taking a break from the Harry Potter game. Confession though, we have been driving around town. We did go get ice cream though.
Yeah, we did.
Sherri, it's a little addicting.
It's super addicting.
Oh no, you guys, we got lost in Pokemon Go for probably 2 or 3 weeks when it came out a few years ago. I could see this being like that for us, but because it's the longest day of the year, because it's such a beautiful night, we decided to drive down here to kind of the coast next to Anchorage, which is where the port is. Actually, Sherri works not too far from here. Just wanted to be down here, watch the sunset, be by the water. Just the tide is in, it's beautiful. Let's go enjoy this and let's show you guys. So this area we're at now is actually the small boat harbor. You can actually see a couple small boats down here coming in from being out fishing. And then if you look kind of back over here, you'll see some of downtown back that way. Over here, you will see the port of Anchorage. And then out here is Cook Inlet. This is the body of water right next to Anchorage. Absolutely beautiful. It is a little bit windy though, huh, Sherri?
Cold.
The wind makes it a little bit chilly. Today was beautiful. It was like 72, 73 degrees, which is awesome. And down here, you'll see they have this huge anchor that's super fun to get photos by. The chain is all over here. And then actually right up here is a new art installation that they added, I think sometime last year. And we haven't been here since they added it. So I'm actually kind of excited to see this. This is actually pretty awesome. You can see a statue here of a native woman. She's got the salmon right there. The salmon is drying over in that part. And then over here, just got some information about the Dena'ina people, which would be the native peoples from this area. And then actually here, you can see in the ground, the fish would be swimming, and right there would be a native fish basket that they would use to catch the fish. This is pretty cool. And we have this creek that goes basically right through downtown called Ship Creek here in Anchorage. And you guys can see a bunch of people over there fishing. If I pan over, you guys can see, I think, a ton of people over there. And this is probably the least crowded area. Please keep in mind, it is 10:30 p.m. So we decided to walk down to the main part of Ship Creek and actually give you guys kind of a view of what the fishing here looks like. Just no big deal, 10:30 p.m. out here in the sunshine in Anchorage, catching giant salmon. Also, LeggLife fun fact, this building right here that spans Ship Creek is a restaurant called The Bridge. Sherri Beth, what special thing happened right there?
We had a rehearsal dinner here.
We did have our rehearsal dinner here many years ago. And then one thing that's kind of fun is this little shack right over here. You can actually rent all of the fishing stuff you need. So it's like you could stay in the giant Hilton Hotel right there, walk down here to Ship Creek, rent all of your fishing stuff on your Alaskan vacation, and have a pretty cool fishing experience right here in Anchorage. So as I mentioned earlier, the Slam and Salmon Derby is going on here at Ship Creek, and this is the leaderboard. And so you can see the leading weight right now, 30.35 pounds. So a 30-pound salmon brought right out here of Ship Creek in downtown Anchorage. Look at all of the different fish that are on the leaderboard. That is amazing. And in true Alaska fashion, some of the prizes for the winners, you can see first prize, the 1.25 ounce gold nugget, railroad tickets, fishing trips, all of that kind of stuff. So cool prizes, but definitely an even cooler event. All right, so we're getting closer to the solstice sunset. We wanted to stay out tonight to show you guys what the sunset looks like in Anchorage here in Alaska, the land of the midnight sun. And Sherri, we're getting our first glimpse of the sunset.
Pretty nice.
It is spectacular, you guys. Check this out. So you can see the sun just starting to dip below the clouds. The mountain over there to the left of the sun in the distance is called Mount Susitna. You can see the water there. This is going to be beautiful. And tonight's sunset, actually, the sun is pretty orange, and the reason that is, it's more orange than normal, is that there's actually some wildfires around here, and wildfires put so many pollutants in the air that it actually gives you pretty incredible sunrises, sunsets. So wildfires, not always the best thing, but they do give you some pretty things like this. And of course, Sherri getting the Instagram shot as always.
That's nice.
Look at that. That is, hold on, if it's gonna focus. Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome, Sherri Beth. And friends, that is what summer solstice in Anchorage, Alaska is like, with an 11:41 p.m. sunset. Sherri, you've been here for quite a few years now. Do you ever get used to that?
No, it's always fun. Yeah.
It is pretty cool. It truly is the land of the midnight sun. Back home, it is officially after midnight now, so we're gonna start unwinding. That is one thing that's kind of difficult with summers in Alaska when it's light out so late, especially when you're out doing stuff. Then to like come home and just like shut off and go to sleep is so hard because it's still, I don't know, like your body doesn't feel like it should be time to go to sleep yet, but it's after midnight, so it definitely is. So in order to wind down, I'm actually going to fulfill some of your orders. If you guys saw Friday's video, we actually released new LeggLife pins and stickers. And you guys are amazing. I have a bunch of orders. Check this out. It's like these are all the pins that were ordered just today. I have all of these to fill. I'll put the stickers into there and then get those to you guys. So I'm gonna go do that and then go to sleep, and we'll see you guys tomorrow when we continue this amazing Alaskan solstice weekend. And it is the next day, kind of a cloudy, actually, Saturday morning. It was supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah, it started out super sunny and beautiful.
So I'm gonna say that the clouds are just passing, but we're kind of excited because the side of town that we live on has not had like a farmer's market. There's a number of them around other areas of town, but not here on our side of town.
But today, a farmer's market opened like a block away from us. Which
is so awesome. This is the first week. A few booths, not a ton of stuff, but we're just glad to have this kind of stuff on our side of town. So we're gonna go check out the Jewel Lake Farmer's Market, the very first weekend, the very first Saturday of it. It's going on the rest of the summer. And let's see what we can find. So there's only a few booths left. We actually just talked to a friend of ours who kind of organized all this, and he said that there were so many people here at the beginning of the day that a few of the booths actually sold out of stuff and had to leave. That's awesome though. Like that's what you want, right, Sherri?
Yes.
So we bought a couple things already. These first things, I've never seen this before. They're like pieces of fabric covered in beeswax, and basically you can put these over like glass jars or over containers instead of using like saran wrap or foil, and it covers the jar. Like you just kind of form it around, and then she said you just wash these with soap and water. So they're like reusable jar covers. I love that. Yeah. And then Sherri Beth, what else did we get?
We got a couple of paintings.
From Marianne Weiland is the artist. We've actually had pieces of her before. She has kind of a cool style. You can see where it's like raised up here. So it's a couple cats and it says, "Love is perfect." And then this one over here, a couple of sea otters that says, "Love is playful." And the funds from both of these actually went to support a hunger relief project. So we thought, sports school project, and gets us a couple cool pieces of art. Well, we spent all of the money we brought. We stopped at an ATM on the way here and spent everything, which I think is actually pretty awesome. Again, love supporting stuff like this. So you guys saw some of the things we bought. Sherri, what is this though?
Candy apple jam.
What? Its ingredients: apple juice, sugar, cinnamon candies, and pectin.
It's so good. It tastes like candy. It's so good.
It is so good. Like, it's not really jam you'd put on like toast with a breakfast.
Right.
But honestly, like
it's like dessert.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when you have like a sweet tooth like this, oh my gosh, that was awesome. And then everything else we bought was totally healthy. Like we just bought a bunch of like healthy snacks, you know, a bunch of like farmer's market, like a lot of carrots, we didn't. We bought a giant chocolate covered marshmallow for Sherri, and then I bought a Almond Joy bar. It's like fudge with Almond Joy topping. Yeah, so we went to a farmer's market and basically bought all sweets. That's not the plan. But our argument,
sold out of everything else.
Totally. We absolutely would have bought all of the vegetables.
Yep, I guess they had like a bunch of veggies. They had a bunch of
eggs
and microgreens and all kinds of stuff, and all of that stuff sold out before we got here. So.
That's awesome. I love that. My hope is that this market like succeeds and grows, because again, it's so close to our house that it'd be nice to be able to just walk up here on a nice weekend and buy our Almond Joy candy bars. So this is kind of a uniquely Alaskan thing. Just went to the post office to mail a bunch of stuff, and I'm getting stopped because there's an airplane crossing the street. Alaska, you are weird. Hey Sherri, growing up in Indiana, how many times did you ever have to stop because there was an airplane crossing the road you were on?
I mean, probably like 0.
0. But you probably did have to stop because of like Amish crossings, combine crossings, tractor crossings, basketball games, right? Like that's the difference between Indiana and Alaska. Sherri and I are back home. We're actually heading out to a friend's house here in about, well, less than an hour for an awesome barbecue. Some of the things that we are bringing are makings for s'mores. Now, obviously, when it comes to s'mores, graham crackers, marshmallows, and Hershey's chocolate, right? Which is true. However, we're gonna switch it up a little bit and make it extra fancy with some Reese's peanut butter cups you could use instead of the chocolate. We're even gonna try Kit Kats. Don't know how that's gonna work. And then the wild card that we bought are Mr. Good Bars. So got a bunch of s'more supplies, and then we are also bringing out a baked bean side dish. Our friend Ben, who's making the main meal, is one of the best like barbecue chef grill masterminds ever, and he's making burnt ends on his big green egg. Super excited to eat those, so we're doing beans to go with that. And I'm gonna show you just a super easy bean recipe that we really love. It's so quick, so easy, and it just kind of adds a little bit to some store-bought baked beans. So this is kind of a super cheat recipe because these aren't like fresh beans that we're making. But let me show you how quick and easy and delicious this is. So here are the quick ingredients you're gonna need for these. Some kind of canned bean. I like the Bush's country style baked beans. You're gonna need some onions, some bacon, a Dr. Pepper, I'll show you why in a little bit, and then like a type of barbecue sauce that you like. I'm gonna use the Jones barbecue sauce. So we got our bacon in the oven. That's gonna take probably about 20 minutes at 400, and that will be done. And then the next step is we're actually gonna caramelize up these onions. We're just gonna dump the onions here in cast iron skillet, and then this is what we actually needed the Dr. Pepper for. Now you can actually do this with Coke as well, but since this is like a barbecue flavor thing, we're actually going to use Dr. Pepper because Dr. Pepper has such a great flavor that goes with barbecue. So just pour some of the Dr. Pepper in there, let those onions stir them around a little bit, and then we're going to let these onions cook down. And as they cook down and caramelize, they're going to take on the sweetness of the soda. You guys, this is so delicious. Bacon's out of the oven. You'll see this is pretty crispy, well done, which really is what you want, because you want them to kind of break up into, you know, bite-sized pieces. You don't want like a big piece of chewy bacon when you go to take bites of beans. You just want that bacon flavor. And also, it looks like our onions are pretty well caramelized. And you guys, Sherri and I have been tasting these. Oh my goodness, these are amazing. So now what I'm going to do is actually take some of the caramelized onions here, just drain out a little bit of liquid that's left, and I'm just going to sprinkle them here over the beans. Then we got the onions on top. Now what we're going to do is just mix them all together. Just give it a little stir. We're just trying to get the onions mixed there. Then we're going to take our barbecue sauce, and we're actually just going to kind of like drizzle it around like so. Then what we're going to do is just take the strips of bacon and just lay them over the top of the beans, just like that. Basically cover the entire top, and then we're gonna cover this with aluminum foil, and then when we get out to our friend's house, basically bake this for about 30 minutes, because obviously everything's cooked. We're just kind of heating it up, and I gotta tell you guys, this is gonna be spectacular. Sherri, are you excited about this?
I am.
And I 100% forgot to end this vlog. So you guys, thanks for hanging out this weekend. We really did have an amazing weekend. We love you, and we will see you on the next LeggLife video.